Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, you know that I've been a big supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement, that I've supported the protest, and have been steadfastly against the use of force against unarmed Americans, especially unarmed black Americans. But I do have a problem with BLM right now, and that is the violence that is surrounding the protests. Now, I know you can't blame the entire movement for the actions of a few, but you have a few people that are really making the actions of the group look bad. And what am I talking about? Well, there have been multiple murders that have taken place at BLM rallies. Could there be outside actors in some of them? Yes. But sometimes not. Now, down in Georgia the other day, down in Atlanta, back on July 4th, the morning of July 4th, an 8-year-old girl lost her life. An 8-year-old girl was shot because her mom drove past a barricade. Not that she was meaning any harm, she was just trying to get somewhere. And a mob of people mobbed the car, and 2 gunshots rang out, striking an 8-year-old child. Now, if you know this channel, you know how I feel about violence against kids. So here's the thing. This can't continue. There cannot be murders and deaths. You cannot kill children and expect there to be sympathy for your cause. So this is what I'm going to say. The organization Black Lives Matter need to say something about this. Need to say something precise and decisive that they do not support violent actions, that they do not support the murder of children. Because if they don't, they're going to lose their movement. Now, there are some things I understand. Okay, I understand sometimes there are protests and there are bad apples that will break out and riot. Not that rioting is right, in my opinion, but that's not the whole group. The whole group aren't the ones that have killed 2 children in the course of the last month and a half. But there have been 2 children killed. Most recently, like I said, the 8-year-old in Atlanta. There was an 11-year-old that was killed about a week or so before, I believe in Minneapolis, at a protest. Now, I don't believe that one was the same, but I haven't got a lot of information on that. But I do know the mayor of Atlanta has said that you can't do this. The violence has got to stop. The families of victims of violence at these protests are begging you to stop the violence. I've heard people on the news from BLM or that support BLM saying they don't support violence. But you don't see it on the Twitter feed. You don't see it in press releases. You see occasional people on the news saying they don't support violence. I'll tell you right now, I cannot support anything that involves violence against children or violence in general. I do not support violence in any way. As angry as things make me, the one thing that's going to make me angrier is the death of a child. This little girl did nothing to nobody. Literally nothing. This mother and her friend did nothing. There was no reason for them to mob the car. There was no reason for gunshots to ring out at the car. So what? She crossed a barricade. Who cares? Now I know the law enforcement in Atlanta are searching for the killer. And like the mother said in her press conference on Sunday, somebody knows something. But also, as she said, you killed one of your own this time. Because the child that was killed was black. Same thing with the 11-year-old. So that's something I think BLM has to answer for. And hopefully, those of you watching my video understand what I'm saying. Yes, I support the idea. I support the movement. I believe Black Lives Matter. But I definitely believe the lives of black children matter. If you watch my videos, go back and watch my videos, you'll realize that I care more for children than I will an adult any day of the week. I do not believe this can continue, and I do not want it to continue. And I hate to say it, if BLM doesn't stand up and say this is wrong, this cannot continue happening, I will cease my support for their movement. I will continue supporting Black Americans in their fight for justice against police brutality, but I will no longer support BLM. Prayers go out to the family of the little girl gunned down by some asshole. By the way, later on this week, I'm going to be doing a video. The video will involve discussing the history of the Confederate flag, the different versions of the Confederate flag, and why the Confederate flag that people of the South seem to revere so much is a symbol of racism. So if you could, please check that out later this week. When you see my videos, do share them because of the content that I create here at the Big Ranch Show. My videos do not get play here on YouTube very well. So if you could, please subscribe. Please share my videos everywhere. If you can, if you haven't shared some of the last few, go back and share them if you can. But be sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything here at the Big Ranch Show. Also, check us out over on Patreon. $1 a month gets you 2 videos a month. I'm trying to do better over there. As it is right now, though, I only have 2 subscribers to the Patreon channel. I want to start providing merch and stuff like that to higher tier, and add a higher tier. I want to add like hats and coffee mugs, things like that, just to help support the channel, but also to help you get more value for what your support. Anyhow, have a great day. I'll see you down the road.